welcome to The Best Of. I'm your host, Ricky Tucker. The Best Of focuses on the best in business, sports, entertainment.
My bad. We're going to do this one more time. Y'all start.
All right, man. That means I'm going to have to go over here, take a seat, and my adrenaline is going to be gone. Sounds like we're going to have some visitors through that door, huh?
No, it sounds like the wind's picked back up.
Well, you know, they were forecasting yesterday this nation. Hello and welcome to The Best Of. I'm your host, Ricky Tucker. The Best Of focuses on the best in the areas of business, sports, entertainment, and the community. This week, we have a double treat for you. We have two guests for you. The first is Linda Seeley, and Linda is with the Memphis Area Legal Services. Hello, Linda. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to a great time with you today. Also, our next guest is Attorney Jackson. How are you, Attorney Jackson?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. Thank you both so much. And ladies and gentlemen, you are certainly in for a treat. We're going to start with Ms. Seeley. Ms. Seeley, or maybe I should say Attorney Seeley.
No, please. Call me Linda.
Okay. All righty. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I am an attorney. I graduated from the University of Memphis School of Law back when it was Memphis State. I am married to an attorney. He has an office here in Collierville, and I have 2 children.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much. How long have you been involved with the Memphis Area Legal Services?
About 20 years.
20 years, mm-hmm. Wow. You must have come out of kindergarten.
I did, that's correct. I started, yes, right after.
Wow. Well, I'm sure that you've got a lot of experiences to share mm-hmm. With that service. Exactly what is Memphis Area Legal Services, and what is it that you do?
Well, Memphis Area Legal Services is a nonprofit law firm. We are the full-service public interest law firm in the city. We receive funding from the federal government, from the state government. We are a nonprofit in the sense that if you donate to us, any funds that you donate are tax deductible. And we have a staff of about 15 lawyers, and what we do is we provide free legal assistance to people who are indigent, elderly, and disabled in a variety of different areas of law. We have an attorney that does work for senior citizens. We have a fair housing center. We have a consumer unit. We have a domestic relations unit, and we have an office in Covington. My job is to direct all of what are called the pro bono projects for Memphis Area Legal Services. As an attorney, you have an aspirational goal of providing up to hours of free legal assistance to people who are less fortunate than you. And so part of my job is to create different opportunities for attorneys and for law students and for paralegals to give back to the community through our nonprofit agency.
So when people hear, just for our listening audience, when people hear the term pro bono, mm-hmm. that's exactly what you are saying, that the services are at no cost.
Correct.
So they can be perfectly clear about that.
And pro bono is actually a Latin term. The full term is pro bono publico, and it means for the good of the public.
Great, great. So describe the process, how that works, the pro bono process.
Well, what we normally do is when an applicant calls in and they submit their application and we certify that they are in fact eligible, then I take the applications and divide them up. They either stay on or we try to refer them out to one of our volunteers. And if you're a volunteer, then you can select which cases you would like to take and in which areas of law. So for example, let's say you had a problem with a consumer issue. So you would call in, you'd submit your application, I'd review it and approve it, and then I have an email distribution list that I can send your information out to see if I can get one of the volunteer attorneys to pick it up. So if you're a volunteer attorney, you have the option of taking the case or not taking the case, depending upon what it is.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, because it's always good for our listening audience to really get that clarification. So thank you very much. And let's talk to Attorney Jackson some here. Attorney Jackson, tell our audience a bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you. I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee, although I've been in Memphis approximately 20 plus years, and I went to the University of Memphis' law school and have been involved in the community for just about as long as I've been here in Memphis. I'm married to Greg, and he and I live out in Collierville.
Okay, great. Boy, I tell you, Memphis got a little competition, huh? Now, tell us what type of law do you practice?
I practice immigration law. Immigration
law. And, you know, everybody aspires to be whatever it is they choose to. Obviously, there are a ton of attorneys that said, when I grow up, I want to be an attorney. What motivated you to practice law?
The main motivation was a professor that I had as an undergraduate. When I went to school initially, my focus was pre-med, and I soon changed that to political science. And I had a professor who talked a lot about justice and civil rights issues and human rights issues, and I was encouraged by that and very interested in that kind of work, and decided at that time I wanted to be an attorney. So as an undergraduate, that became my focus, and over the next several years I kept that dream until eventually I was able to get to law school and become an attorney.
Wow, so we are 2 for 2 with the University of Memphis Law School, is that right?
Yes.
Wow, so we've got something proud to be for there, so that's great. Now, you practice immigration law, is that correct?
That's correct.
Could you share with us a bit about what immigration law is?
Certainly. The perception oftentimes is that immigration law is mainly focused on those people who are here unlawfully. And there are instances where folks are here unlawfully and I have to help them with legal issues that they but a lot of my practice involves folks who are here lawfully and who are seeking either to help another family member come here lawfully, or they're seeking to change their status, or there's some other legal issue that they're interested in pursuing, and I work with them on helping them to achieve that if possible. We're not always able to correct every situation or to address every situation, but we certainly work with clients to the best of our ability to help them meet the needs that they have in the area of immigration law.
Wow. So that would pertain to people coming to the U.S. And we were just talking a little bit earlier and talking about moving out of the country, or at least going out of the country from time to time, and maybe being a resident of another country, say, a portion of the time. Do you also work with those individuals, or is there a need for that?
There is a need for that, and I do work with individuals who have come here perhaps a non-immigrant visa, or perhaps they are lawful permanent residents, or they might even be naturalized citizens. And I do work with some of those clients to travel outside the country, and as I said before, to perhaps help some of their family members or relatives who are interested in coming to the U.S.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, and we're going to come back and find out some more information about you and really how you and Attorney Seeley here got together. But moving on to talk a little bit more about Memphis area legal services, tell us about, there's some special events I believe that you have from time to time through the organization. Could you tell us some more about those?
I absolutely could. One of the things that we try to do is to reach out to the Memphis community to provide different services. We sponsor what are called Saturday legal clinics along with the Memphis Bar Association. And what we do is that the second Saturday of every month, we and our volunteer attorneys, volunteer paralegals, and sometimes some law students will go to the library, the main library at 3030 Poplar Avenue on the second Saturday of the month. And from 9:30 to 12:30, we provide free legal advice and counsel to anybody who walks in. We do the same thing on Thursdays over at the Civil Courthouse at 140 Adams Avenue in room 123 from about 1:30 to 3:30. We have volunteer attorneys who go down and talk to people about their legal problems, maybe make a referral, maybe kind of help them with some paperwork and that kind of thing. And that's every Thursday. We go out into the community, senior centers, and we take volunteers and we provide advanced directives to seniors. We go out into different churches. For example, in late March, we were at Capleville United Methodist Church, where we worked with them on providing free legal assistance to people who were coming to a health fair. So we do a lot of different things, and we're very well supported by the law school. In fact, just this past Saturday, right after we did the clinic, the law students sponsored a race to raise money for Memphis Legal Services, and that was really great. Oh, that is awesome. That's great, giving back to the community. Absolutely. So you're open to any creative ideas to help to fund. So that's great. Now, you know, it's the people who typically have the haves, if you will, that are always pursuing knowledge. Let's say if I was interested in coming in and sitting in on one of your Saturday sessions, would it be okay to do that? Well, of course, you have issues involving client confidentiality, and so you wouldn't be able to sit down and listen to a client's, discuss about their problem. But we do use non-attorney volunteers, and they do things like assist people in completing the paperwork, filling out the applications. They help people